Hey guys, welcome to Acts 2 and 42 YouTube channel. My name is Keith. I'm really excited to be rolling out this new segment today that we call Jewels. And in this, what we really want to do is we really have a passion for digging through all kinds of texts for the last 2,000 years, everything from Christ until now, basically. And we're constantly reading these books and seeing these great lessons and seeing these really impactful quotes. And then we just want to kind of give you the Cliff Notes version, the condensed version of real simple kind of extracted quote, almost like a meme, but with a little bit of explanation behind it, a little bit of meat behind it. So rather than just sharing a quote, sharing a little meme or something like that, we're going to do these episodes called Jewels, 3 to 5 minutes, and just break down one of our favorite quotes at the time. So since this is a new segment we're doing, please do me a favor and down in the comments, let me know what you think of this. Let me know if there's something you want covered or how the jewel of the segment impacted you or benefited you. If you like it, hit the like button and just let us know that what we're doing is good. So the first jewel I have today is from George Whitfield, a preacher of the 1700s. The quote I have is from a sermon called Satan's Devices. And we're going to cover a lot of this because it's like, it's stuff that hits you from day one, stuff that you never saw coming, stuff that really discourages you and makes it hard to continue as a Christian. Stuff I've gone through, the brothers and sisters and stuff, our friends that do the podcast with us, they've experienced similar things. So we really want to cover a lot of this just piece by piece. So the first piece is, who Satan has tried, who he tries, why you have to suffer, why you must be tempted, okay? So let me read an excerpt from this sermon. So he says, "But the justice of God in suffering us to be tempted is vindicated from the following considerations." That means he's going to make a case for why it's justified that we have to be tempted. That he has promised not to suffer us to be tempted above what we are able to bear. God won't put anything more on you than you can bear, which is a bad paraphrasing, but you get what I'm saying. And not only so, but to him that overcometh, he will give a crown of life. Now, he's just pulled 2 Corinthians and James together, saying, look, he won't put more on you than you're able to endure in that moment of temptation, and he'll make a way of escape, a way to get out so you don't fail. And to him that overcomes, that doesn't fail, he gives a crown of life. So he kind of put those together in a nice way. It says, the holy angels themselves, it should seem, were once put to trial whether they should be faithful or not. The first Adam was tempted, even in paradise. And Jesus Christ, the second Adam, though he was a son, yet was carried as our representative by the Holy Spirit into the wilderness to be tempted of the devil. And there is not one single saint in paradise amongst the godly fellowship of prophets, the glorious company of apostles, the noble armies of martyrs, and the spirits of just men made perfect, who, when on earth, was not assaulted by the fiery darts of the wicked one, the devil. Now, that's an amazing case he just made. I don't know if you caught that or not, but he went everything from angels to the first Adam to the second Adam, which is Christ, the Son of God, and said there's not a single saint or a spirit of a just man that when he was on earth that he didn't have to be tempted. Everyone had to be tempted, had to be tried, had to be proved. So then he makes the case that, look, if the Son of God is not exempt from suffering, from being tested by the devil, then why are we? Are we better than him? And it says, no, it is sufficient if we are made perfect through temptations as they were. And therefore, since we cannot but be tempted, we don't have a choice. We're going to be tempted. We're going to be tried. Unless we could unmake the human nature. I don't think we're going to do that. I think that's a bit of sarcasm there. Instead of repining at our condition, instead of hating the fact that it's so difficult to constantly fall, to make errors, to go through all this suffering and trials and temptation. So instead of regretting it, instead of hating it and having animosity towards it, this is what we should do. We should rather be inquiring at what times of our lives Satan most violently assaults us, and what are those devices which he commonly makes use of in order to get advantage over us. So I'm going to stop right there because that's a phenomenal just ending point for this jewel. Basically, none of us are above being tempted. None of us are above suffering. I like how he leaves it, and we're going to come back to that. You have to ask the question, instead of regretting the fact that you're going through suffering, look around and ask yourself, at what time does Satan try you? When does he come after you? And what are the ways that he attacks us? What are his devices? So look, I'm going to leave you with that for now. We will come back, follow up on this later. We got a couple more interesting ones we're going to give you that we're going to circle back and hit Satan's devices again. Anyway, let me know with the likes or in the comments if you enjoyed this new segment called Jewels. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Again, this is Acts2and42.com, and we'll come back to you with another jewel soon.